Okay, this is two-phase locking protocol. First one phase is growing phase and another phase is shrinking phase. The first growing phase is acquire the lock and the next shrinking phase that release the lock. This is the overview of two-phase locking protocol.
So as the name indicates, two-phase locking protocol has two phases. One is growing phase, other one is shrinking phase. So in growing phase, the transaction will acquire all the locks. So we have two types of lock. One is shared lock, other one is exclusive lock. So shared lock அப்படிங்கிறது என்னது? Only read operation. So lock is applied only for read operation. If it is exclusive lock, it is applied both for read and write. So if a transaction has acquired share lock, no other transaction can write that particular resource. For A resource like T0 transaction only, if it has acquired share lock, it means another transaction cannot write the particular resource A. So in growing phase, the transaction will acquire all the resources. So this lock point marks the end of growing phase. Beyond this lock point, the transaction cannot acquire any locks. So before this lock point itself, it will acquire all the locks. So in this lock point, it will perform all the operations, like update operations will be performed in this lock point. So beyond this lock point, the acquired locks will be released. So that is the shrinking phase. Both shared and exclusive locks will be released.
So in this we'll see about dirty read problem. Like here the transaction one shows like lock of x means we know that exclusive lock. So the A is locked. I mean the A account is locked both read and write. We can do the process called read and write.
For example, if it is mentioned like S of A, it means shared
lock. Yeah.
So if I have given like lock S of A, this statement is not valid. This statement will be void. Only read operation can be performed. If I give write of A, it doesn't hold any meaning. So since I have given as exclusive lock of A, both read and write operation can be performed.
So here the all transactions are concurrently executed. Then here we can see there is none of the transactions are committed. So which is if you roll back to this, it will. I mean it is not committed. So it is rolled back to the first. I mean previous
initial stage.
Initial stage. That's what is called as dirty read problem.
Let us see another example for dirty read problem. Consider there are two transactions and there is an exclusive in which exclusive can be done with both read and write can acquire locks. So initially there is amount 100 in transaction 1 and
100 in account A.
100 in account A, and if we increment it by 50, so the final transaction will be 150. But in another transaction, it acquires shared lock. It has now it will be reading the account A. So the value here is 150. So it will be displayed here. But again, if you in transaction 1, again if you perform this existing update operation with this 150, if you minus 25, you will be getting 125. But here you have already committed. So this causes the dirty read problem.
So dirty read problem when it arises in the case like here some set of transaction is performed, so set of operation is performed in this particular transaction, but this particular transaction has not committed it.
Yeah.
So what is the use of committing operation?
Permanently saved.
Permanently saved. So once we are permanently saved, we cannot roll back. Once the transaction is committed, we cannot roll back to the initial stage. So as long as the transaction is not committed, any update can be made in the particular transaction. So here transaction T1 has acquired exclusive lock on resource A. So on that particular resource, read and write operation is performed. Say for example, I have performed write operation. So initial balance of the account A is 100. I have updated the balance with 50 rupees. So it becomes 150. So after this transaction is completed, it is not committed. So here now transaction T2 acquires a shared lock on this A resource. What is in the shared lock?
We can access read.
So here
Only read.
You may have a question. Here it is not released, but here share lock is acquired. Is it correct or wrong? Correct. ஏன் correct? Read தான் இங்க வந்து I cannot acquire exclusive lock. Conflict will not arise. The exclusive lock அப்படின்னா both read and write. Share lock only read.
The
so
read
conflict will
option.
not arise.
Yes.
Okay. So இங்க வந்து it is reading the resource A. So what will it read? It read the balance as 128
150.
rupees. After this transaction is committed.
Committed.
Yes,
So
ma'am.
it cannot read the same data again. So because it is committed. So இது வந்து already transaction T2 என்ன update பண்ணிக்கும், balance of account A it will update as 150 and it
150.
will not be changed because it is committed. Now transaction T1, since it is not committed, if it is making another change, if it is debiting value 25 from this account and balance will be updated as 125 rupees. So but actual balance read by transaction T2 on A is 150,
150.
whereas here it is
125.
125. So a conflict arises because transaction is not committed. So here the read value, the value that is read is wrong. So this is dirty read problem. Understood?